Hello and welcome. Today, I'll be continuing my playthrough of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, as I try to find my dog Mutt and get to and invite to this wedding.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Greetings.
Shit. Well, you want another?
You're having problems with the Jellievites?
Not just me, my friend. They're the biggest bastards around. They've been nothing but trouble for years. The winter before last, they piled snow in front of everyone's doors at night, so no one could get out of their house. And last year, they broke into my cellar and pissed in my beer barrel.
Gracious. I hope you got your aim back on them.
Not yet, no. But since you're here, I've got a plan you could help me out with. I'd pay you well. You can count on that.
And what exactly would you like me to do?
Don't worry. I won't make you do any shoveling or pissing anything. But I'll tell you exactly what I have in mind, only after you promise to help me. I'd hate to reveal my plan, only for you to go off and tell the Jellievites right away.
All right. I'll help you.
Listen up then. Old Albram, the owner of the biggest plot of land in Jellioth, has this beautiful bull. White as snow he is. The finest animal far and wide. Obviously, he's very proud of it. Very protective too. Now you, will give his beautiful snow-white bull a nice new coat of paint. Albram is going to lose his mind. Simple, right?
Painting a bull, eh? That sounds like fun.
Right. We just have to work out a few details. First, we have to get some paint. I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village, but you can try and ask Bartoszek, the tailor in Trotskovitz. I hear he dyes his own fabric. And after that, we'll have to make sure the bull stays still while you're painting it. Try asking Radovan, the local blacksmith. I hear he can make some kind of sleeping potion. If you pour it in the bull's water trough, I'm sure it'll do the trick. But watch out. That beast is enormous. you'd better put at least 3 doses of the potion in there.
All right, then. Olbrum's bull will be getting a new coat of paint.
Olbrum's going to lose his mind. I can't wait. And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught or something goes wrong, the whole thing will be ruined.
Right. So I need paint, sleeping potions, and to not get caught.
Good day.
Greetings to you.
I need something that'll put animals to sleep. Project said you might know something.
Well, it's true. I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no time. I once accidentally drank some and slept for 3 days. But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. The kind you don't just give away.
No, I don't want it just for the sake of it. I need to use it against the Zhelyov lot.
So, Project and Olbram are at it again. Blockheads, both of them. And the place was just getting really nice and quiet lately. Well, what the hell. Maybe if I help you out, they'll start trading punches sooner and get it all over with. Pay up, and I'll tell you the secret.
Thank you.
Aye, I could go for that. Listen up, then. You take some poppy and thistle and boil them in oil. Then, after it cools off, you add a little herb Paris.
That doesn't sound too complicated. Thank you.
What would you like?
I heard you could use a helping hand at the forge.
I could. My last 2 hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. What do they call you?
Henry.
I'm Radovan. You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge. Go over to the anvil and let's get started. Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. You have to heat it up bit by bit. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellows. You can tell the temperature by the color, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? It's the color of straw, which is what you want. And you heated the whole thing up. Nicely done. Now you can go straight to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. Hurry up now. It's cooling and you're not doing anything. Move it. You're standing there like a fence post. You call this working? Henry, when you've got a workpiece heated up, you can't just stand there and gape at it. It's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. Sparks are flying nicely. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes, there you go, you've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking. Right, let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, You can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. And they can't afford it neither.
What can I do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them. Though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
Where exactly is my bed?
At the side of the house, there are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow between them. You go in by the rear door, next to the woodshed, and you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry, nobody'll steal them.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right, here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work. What would you like? It's about those 2 idiot hands of mine, Venser and Franzi. They drove off with a cart full of goods towards Semine, and they never came back.
Do you want me to find them?
Just so. But more importantly, I want to know where my cart ended up, and especially the cargo. Go to Semine and find out what the bloody hell happened.
Have you any idea which way they might have gone? I could have a look along the way. Maybe their cart broke down or something.
There's only one road to Semine that can take a cart. It leads from Takov to Truskovitz, and then to the south. But I've got a bad feeling they got up to no good in Semine.
What was the cart carrying?
Bugger and bollocks. All sorts of stuff. I'd say Lord Semine wants to rearm his garrison with new equipment. There were some hunting swords, bastard swords, crossbow bolts. I also fixed the trigger on young Semine's crossbow, and some kitchen stuff. Sacks of charcoal, all sorts of things. There's a good month's work in that cartload.
All right. I'll get right on it then.
Go ahead. And if you find that pair of fools drunk, kick their asses for me.
Gladly. I'll kick some sobriety into them. Show me your wares. word about the price.
Sure. Why not?
Finally, a reasonable sum. Thank you, and a good day to you, friend. What can I do for you?
What do you have for sale? I'd like to discuss the price.
Sure. Why not?
Satisfied?
Well, if you offer a little bit more, we can make a deal. Aye, you'll convince me with that price. Pleasure doing business. Take care.
Show me your wares. I'd like to discuss the price.
Sure, why not? Aye, you'll convince me with that price. Thank you, and a good day to you, friend.
God be with you.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Greetings to you. The Lord be with you. What do you need?
Have you seen a young girl here? Her name is Pavlena. She wears a headscarf and sells baskets.
Pavlena. Pavlena? I might have heard the name. I don't know. I never met her. Try asking somewhere else. Very well.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Greetings.
This man, though, he laughs at the law. He broke into the house of his neighbour. An honest businessman supporting his family. He waited till they were all asleep, forced the lock, and just wandered in. And there he stole everything he could lay his hands on. Just listen. Coin, jewellery, silver goblets, two
Not your
pairs
day,
of shoes,
eh?
a sack of carrots, and a nearly new jacket. And what did he do then? He went down the road and tried to flog it all.
God be with you.
I'm looking for Pavlena, the daughter of the herb woman from Zhelyov. Do you know her?
Aye, I do. Pavlina still comes here from time to time, selling baskets, ointments and whatnot. I ain't seen her around in a while, though. Why are you looking for her?
She hasn't been home for a long time, so Bohemia sent me to look for her. When she left, she was heading here.
If I was you, I'd go and ask at the rat house. Or Jezek the cooper. That old goat had his eye on her one time. Only she wouldn't have him if he was the last man alive. Can't say I blame her. That Jezek's a drunken sot.
I came to apologise for the fight that me and Lord Capon started. If we caused any damages, I'll take care of them.
Ah, it's all water under the bridge. You've served your penance by carrying them sacks, and I'm sure you won't forget about the stocks anytime soon either, eh? So we're square. If you want to help me out, though, I do know something you could do. There's a group of humans at the table over there, and they want some food, but, well, I don't know. I'm scared of them.
Should I kick them out?
No, a guest's a guest, and coin's coin, but do you think you could serve them for me? Better to have a fella deal with them.
All right. But I'm not sure I'll understand them.
You'll manage. One of them speaks our language. But be quick about it. They're starting to make the locals nervous. Wojtek at the next table looks like he's about to pounce on them. And no more fighting. I want this to go smoothly.
You're not long.
Aye, coming right up.
Greetings to you two.
We should...
The innkeeper said you wanted some food.
Exactly. We do not want much. Just some bread and something beside. Maybe a bit of sausage.
Do you have money?
We have, and we pay for everything. On my name, not Voshko.
I should get going.
Look at them human...
I spoke to the Cumans. They want some bread and sausage.
Do they have money?
Well, they say they do. They promised to pay for everything.
Well, all right. I'll believe them. The food is in the tavern pantry. But don't you dare take anything else, you hear?
Someone's gonna kick their asses. Really clever. Success!
Greetings.
My thoughts exactly. Like we...
Here you go.
Thank you. I afraid we leave. Ahesh. Without food.
Carve, why are you even talking to them? They can go to hell.
I wish you good appetite.
Thanks, friend.
I wouldn't exactly say friend.
Mit mondott? Jót vágyót kívánott nekünk. Remélem nem mérgezte meg.
You should get the fuck out of here. You hear me, you Hungarian pork sausage?
Easy, fella. They just want to eat their food in peace and leave.
You seem very sure about that. Last time you got into a brawl here yourself, and now you're going to preach to us about peace? Oh shit. I say we smash their teeth in and be done with it.
You seem to have forgotten I'm standing between you and them.
Are you asking for a beating? You got your ass kicked once. I'd be happy to kick it again. Do I make myself clear, you cunt? Out, now!
Jobb, ha megyünk, vagy leütöm.
All right, we go.
Picsa!
What did you just say? Fuck that shit. Hey, where do you think you're going? Did you really just spit on me, you scum?
He not mean it. He go too far.
And who's gonna pay?
We no eat anything. You take food back.
So our food ain't the gentleman's taste, eh? Maybe they'd rather wear it on their heads instead. What about you, lad? Will you help us kick these pigs out of here?
Leave them alone.
You're defending those horse fuckers. Birds of a feather, eh?
You don't even know who they are.
You think I don't? They're fucking humans. They burn and pillage every village they come across, and you're standing up for them. You fucking traitor.
Oh, rip your ass open!
Fuck you!
That's our buffalo!
Yes, ennyi volt. You! Szép találod! És ennyi volt. Szép találod! Szép találod!
Menjünk vissza a táborba. Vagy nem fogom vissza magam, és az rossz lesz.
Where am I? Did I faint?
The executioner's sharpening his axe for you.
Was he lying there like that?
Mary, mother of God! Wake up, come on!
Why are you lying here? Did something happen to you?
What the hell happened?
Wake up.
Where am I?
There you go.
Jesus Christ, my head!
What's the latest news, innkeeper?
Have you heard about the Divozhenka of Semaine?
What Divozhenka?
You haven't seen one yet? A Divozhenka is a wild woman of the forest. An ugly, disfigured creature. You can find them deep in the woods or caves, where they make their ointments and gather magic herbs. Sometimes they hurt people, sometimes they help them. You shouldn't go there.
Why not?
The Samine lot did that. They were worried she might put young Lord Samine under a spell, especially now, because of the wedding. So they took care of her. And that's about it, I'd say.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper.
Hey, did something...
See you later, my friend.
Wake up! Come on!
Greetings to you.
Roman! Has anyone seen Roman?
Greetings to you. What do you need? Hurry up, I don't have all day.
Hey, you! You hear me?
How are you? And what do you need?
To have a little chat with you. Come here. Now listen here. I have decided to sell an apple, and you have decided to buy it. You got that?
How much?
For you, next to nothing.
I'm not paying that much for a plain old apple.
God, you're a blockhead. So let's forget the fucking trade, shall we? Now you're gonna die! Ah! You can't even...
Aye, coming right up.
I mean, you got aggression.
Flash in their faces, him will be too good for them. The innkeeper said you wanted some food.
Exactly. We do not want much. Just some bread and something beside. Maybe a bit of sausage.
Least it's saved here.
Do you have money?
We have, and we pay for everything. On my name, not Voshko.
Them showing their goat faces around here.
Someone should teach them how things work.
Greetings. Do you need something?
I spoke to the Cumans. They want some bread and sausage.
Do they have money?
Well, they say they do. They promised to pay for everything.
Well, all right. I'll believe them. The food is in the tavern pantry. But don't you dare take anything else, you hear?
Greetings.
Showing their goat faces around here.
Someone should teach them how...
Here you go.
Thank you. I afraid we leave. Ahesh. Without food.
Carve, why are you even talking to them? They can go to hell.
I wish you good appetite.
Thanks, friend.
I wouldn't exactly say friend.
Mit mondott?
Jót vágyott kívánott nekünk.
Remélem nem mérgezte meg.
You should get the fuck out of here. You hear me, you Hungarian pork sausage?
Easy, fella. They just want to eat their food in peace and leave.
You seem very sure about that. Last time you got into a brawl here yourself, and now you're going to preach to us about peace? Oh shit. I say we smash their teeth in and be done with it.
Better take to your heels. Yeah, you should really get going.
My thoughts exactly. Get lost.
Easy, friend.
Győzzem.
I've had enough. Get off your dirty asses and piss off to wherever you came from.
Just relax. Everything be all right.
Do I make myself clear, you cunt? Out, now!
Jobb, ha megyünk, vagy leütöm.
All right, we go.
Picsa!
What did you just say? Fuck that shit. Hey, where do you think you're going? Did you really just spit on me, you scum?
He not mean it. He go too far.
And who's gonna pay?
We no eat anything. You take food back.
So our food ain't the gentleman's taste, eh? Maybe they'd rather wear it on their heads instead.
Mit akarsz, te disznó?
What about you, lad? Will you help us kick these pigs out of here?
Leave them alone.
You're defending those horse fuckers. Birds of a feather, eh?
You don't even know who they are.
You think I don't? They're fucking humans. They burn and pillage every village they come across, and you're standing up for them. You fucking traitor.
What's that? Ah! Hey!
Scheiße!
Get the fuck out of here, you filthy cumin! We don't want no cumins here!
The executioner's sharpening his axe for you.
Such violence! Does anybody live by the Bible these days?
Who's lying? Hey! What's wrong? Hey!
Mit vártál? Egyeség. Nem tudom, honnan szeded ezt a sok bizalmat. Mi ezeknek csak söpredék van.
How are you doing?
Rendben lesz. Thanks, friend. I not expect. No worry, we repay you. Come to our camp. We will drink together.
Thanks for the invitation, but I have to take care of some things first. Where can I find you later?
We make tents right under big rock on bank of pond. People call it tower or something like.
All right. I'll try to find you there.
Visont látásra.
Greetings.
I won't.
Ave Maria.
it was me or the wolf. The old man just got in the way.
Mia felle. Meg. God be with you. You must be parched. What say you have a drink with us?
God be with you.
I think I'm lost.
Greetings, my friend.
I heard at the Troskovitz Tavern that you might have a job offer.
Well, you don't look lame. I reckon I could find some work for you.
I also heard you're invited to that big wedding coming up.
That's no business of yours at the moment.
You see, I'd really like to get into that wedding.
It's only natural to have dreams and desires at your age, lad. But don't get ahead of yourself. You wanted work. I'll give you work. You'll be carrying sacks of flour.
You don't have anything better? I can do other, more useful things.
Oh, that's nice and all, but there's only one thing I need from you right now, and that's hauling sacks of flour.
Maybe you could use an armed escort. Maybe I could sit around here somewhere looking tough.
You think you'd be good at that? You don't seem very tough to me. Why not try something a bit simpler, such as hauling sacks of flour?
Do you really have nothing better I could do?
I do, but only for people I know already. And you're not one of them.
All right. It's not like I have much of a choice, do I?
The sacks are in the barn, and the wagon is in front of it. I'll give you a groschen for every half-dozen you carry. It may not seem like much, but if you don't dawdle, you might even save up for some nag at the Samine stables. I heard they got lucky and recently rounded up a bunch of horses from some company that got routed by bandits. They've got some gray old nag that they're practically giving away. You won't have to buy food. We'll take care of that. And you can sleep here, in the barn. But not on the sacks of flour, you understand? Or I'll tan your hide. Climb up to the loft with the others.
Oh, fuck me.
Careful what you wish for. Go on, get to work. God be with you. Maybe wash up a bit, will you?
God bless.
What pretty little rose do we have here? What do you say, girl? Stop! You fucker!
Help!
Send my greetings to the devil! You wanna try me? Ah! Ha! I'll get you!
Praise God.
Thank fuck for that.
You shouldn't be walking around without a light. pray for a quick death, you bastard.
What's got into you,
Trees
you
everywhere,
mongrel?
the fields yielded twice as much, and you could catch fish in the streams with your bare hands.
Still standing?
Real blood, yeah?
Put that pig sticker away right now!
Is that supposed to be a friend?
Good.
That's
See,
right.
there's no need swinging a weapon.
That's bloody deep.
So I says to him, "No, father, I haven't been fornicating. I've just been loving my neighbour."
Hey! You alright there, laddie?
Oh, you should have seen him. He went as red as a cardinal's hat. Aye. Hey, servant, bring some wine.
Me? I'm not a servant.
Oh, I know. Old Serene is saving supplies for the wedding later. But you didn't need to bother your wee head about that.
Look, I'm not from here.
Oh. I didn't give a fuck what you frae. You speak our language, do you not?
Well, Yarko, seems to me this fella doesn't know how to behave toward his betters.
Aye. The old man's hired hands are lacking in manners. We'll soon fix that. Prepare to fight.
Go on.
Ha! Ah! Fuck you! Ha! Huh! Huh! That was something. Ha! Ah! Ha! Ah! Ha! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker! Ha! Ah! Ah! Ha!
Stop using him!
Ha!
Put him in the stocks!
You won't get me!
Why did you do that?
Ha! Come on.
Oh, you wee bastard! What in the devil's name is fucking going on here?
What do you think's going on, Grandad? I'm teaching your people here how we do things.
Grandad?
Why, Grandad? An old captain like you probably still remember the flood.
True enough, Yuriko. I am old. And I remember all sorts of things. Like you. When you were a little nipper running around here bare arse, with a ribbon in your hair, screaming out how you was Princess Sophie. Poor lad, hadn't a moment's peace from his big sisters.
What about that wine?
Who in God's name are you?
Henry. The Takoff blacksmith sent me. Radovan.
Blacksmith, eh? Then you'll have some explaining to do. Come along and never mind that fool Yuriko. Young Samin's getting married, so we has to put up with his kin from Moravia.
We'll be needing a dozen geese. And I must tell Vashek to get 3 pigs ready for slaughter. And the carters will have to be sent to Yetchin to get at least a peck of poppy seed for cakes. And gingerbread spices. Oh, and wine, too. It's almost all gone, what we bought only last week.
Enter!
Sorry to intrude, sir. This is Henry, blacksmith Radovan's hand.
Oh, excellent. Dorothy, leave us now. Just make sure that there's plenty of everything so long as it doesn't cost too much.
But, sir...
Not another word! Leave us! So Radovan sent you alone. Who's going to unload it all? It's a whole cartload.
Yeah, Radovan sent me, sir, but not with the goods. The thing is, he's missing his cart, along with the carter in his hands.
What? But they never came here. Are you telling me they got lost?
Well, I couldn't tell you what happened to them, sir, but it's my job to find them.
There are all sorts of vermin roaming the countryside.
Oh, no need to imagine the worst right off, gnarly. Anyway, I need the load from that cart, so saddle up your old nag and we'll ride out, Captain. I could do with a breath of fresh air. I've had it up to the eyeballs with counting geese and pies.
What about Henry here, sir?
Well, what about him?
We could use an extra pair of hands. You know how my shoulder's acting up. Yuriko is shit-faced, and your son
The older has work to do. All right, take Henry with you if you want. Just so long as he doesn't slow us down.
Thank you, sir. So, lad, you going with us? I hope you're happy about it.
Yeah. I'll be glad to help you.
Oh, you reckon we can't manage on our own?
No, that's not how I meant it.
Take it easy, son. I'm only yanking your pizzle. By the way, the fellas at the gate say you came here on foot.
Yeah, I did.
Christ above! And how are you going to ride with us? On the back of my saddle? You're a bit big for that, ain't ya? And I'm a bit too old.
You've got a stud farm here, don't you? Couldn't I borrow one of your horses?
Aye. And then we'd never see hide nor hair of you, nor the animal again. We don't lend horses. But you're in luck. Our groom brought in a grey nag not long ago. Tell him you've got to ride out with us, and he'll give it to you for a decent price.
All right. Thanks.
Well, that should be that. Unless you've got any more questions.
No, that's all. But we should get going.
That we should. But it's getting pretty late. We need daylight for a search like that. Come back in the morning and we'll set out. If you want, stay here. You'll get a bit of grub in the kitchen and you can sleep in the barn.
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends. See you later.
God be with you, neighbor.
Greetings.
God grant you health. Don't get ideas. I wasn't at my best. But I'm not gonna scrap with you again.
You've got quite an unusual accent. Where are you from?
Can't you tell? From Znojmo in Moravia. Lovely country. All vineyards and bonny lasses.
Well, you don't like it here?
You see any vineyards and bonny lasses here? The locks are broad, all right. They didn't exactly lift your spirits, but more the other way around.
Greetings. What brings you here so early in the morning?
I heard you might have a cheap horse for sale.
Well, I sell quite a few horses here, but by the looks of you, you must be talking about that grey nag, eh? But all she's good for are sausages. That old bitch won't let anybody touch her. I was already suspicious when that traveller sold her to me. He said he found her running about near the Rock Tower Pond.
Grey, old, and someone found her by the Rock Tower Pond. That's where we were ambushed. That's my horse. That's Pebbles.
What do you mean, yours? I bought it fair and square. I admit, it was only for a few groschen from some suspicious lad who found it down by the Rock Tower Pond, but that horse is not branded, so it belongs to me now.
Look, You know they attacked an entourage by that pond, right?
I heard about it. That news spread through the land like wildfire.
And the one who sold it to you told you he found it by the pond, right?
Well, he did, aye.
So it's not entirely impossible she belonged to me.
Maybe not impossible, but I paid for her.
Aye, but just a few groschen. You said so yourself. Wouldn't you rather be in the good graces of someone who might have been part of that expedition?
Maybe so. All right, I'll give her to you. But you owe me one. Go and get her then. If she remembers you, she might even come when you whistle for her. Safe travels. What is it? Are you whistling just for fun?
I'm ready to set out, sir.
All right. Stay close to us and don't go wandering off.
As you say, sir.
Where will we start searching, sir?
If they drove out of Tarkov and headed towards us, they had to pass Troskovitz.
Right, sir. You keep up with us, son. Troskovitz ain't far, but it seems there's fellas vanishing on the way.
Very good, Captain.
What do you think about it, Captain?
I know you told me not to jump to any conclusions, sir, but I can't help myself. Someone's running rampant around here, sir.
I know who's running rampant. Yurko in the cellar. We're out of wine again. I knew this wedding wouldn't be cheap, but I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. And the bailiff, the bride's father, you'd get more blood out of a stone than coin out of him. And then he behaves like I shit golden eggs just because I'm a noble. Even though he's got more coin than me.
Such are the times, sir. But that Yurko, he's going too far.
You know how those Moravians are. It's in his blood.
Aye, I noticed. But they're getting too much to handle. Him and his cronies. They started on young Henry, as soon as he set foot on the courtyard.
What? Is that true, Henry?
It was nothing. Just a bit of a friendly brawl. They clearly had a skinful. I can understand it.
Well, I've sure as hell
Let's
got no
find this missing
understanding
cart
for it.
and the two
I hope they
assholes
didn't
who
hurt
was
you.
with it.
Young Henry here gave Yurko a nice hammering.
Oh, that's no surprise. The fella can hardly stand upright most of the time.
You'd have to get up early to catch them sober. But they wasn't that drunk as to give Henry an easy fight.
Look here, lad. If you're such a champion, I'm sure you'd accept the challenge of an old man like myself.
It would be an honor, sir.
Excellent. Not afraid, eh? That's what I like to see. There's an abandoned pen along the path a bit. We'll stop off there and see what you're made of.
All right, sir. If you'll excuse me, I'll explain some things to the youngster here first. Wouldn't want no accidents happening.
So, we're here. Gnarly, tell the youngster here what's what.
All right, son. You're going to fight Lord Sameen. It'll be an honorable fight, so you better act accordingly. Hold on, Mo. I'll give you some gear for it.
What weapon will you give me?
What would you like?
Sword?
Don't get ahead of yourself, laddie. A sword belongs in noble hands. You can have my cudgel. It might be just a stick, but it's my stick, so careful with it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks, and get your arse into the pen.
So, young'un, are you ready?
All right, let's do it.
Fucking hell!
What do you say, son?
Luck just wasn't on my side.
Luck's got nothing to do with it, son. The old man gave you a run for your money.
Oh, never mind old Gnarly, Henry. If luck's not on your side, all the talent in the world won't help you.
I reckon you and me got our own opinions, sir. Anyways, you can keep that old junk, Henry. Even my cudgel. But take care of the old fella. He
I'm
might be just a
enjoying
piece
it
of
goes.
wood, but he saved my arse more than once.
I will, Captain.
Ah, I needed that. It's good to stretch the limbs every now and again. Don't worry about losing, lad. You've got some talent, I can tell. You should come to the courtyard, and Gnarly here will give you a good education in the art of the sword.
I call it the art of not getting skewered as soon as you step foot outside the village. But do come, Henry. We've got a nice arena in Sameen. It ain't no abandoned pig pen.
You can't always choose your battleground, Gnarly. Whether it's a pig pen or an arena in Karlstein, it's the performance that counts. And while we're on the subject, where are you from, lad? It's clear you're not from Trotsky.
I'm from Silver Scallops, sir.
Aha! Now I understand why you're here. You're not the first one to flee here from the war.
I don't flee from a fight, sir. I have work here, and a lot of scores to settle.
You want to get revenge for what happened back home? That usually doesn't end well. You'd be better advised to find yourself a well-built girl, build a cottage, and visit the church and the tavern in turn. There's no helping the dead anyway.
That's nice advice, sir. Only women will tie you down, lad. Better to go and see a bit of the world. You're doing the right thing.
A lot of people are saying the combat is better than the first one, but you will fail a lot and it takes time to get used to the combat also.
A nag like this couldn't have
Same. I've not played the first one.
So, we're in Troskowitz. What now, sir? Should I go to the bailiff and ask if he might have seen someone?
Well, that makes sense. But the young fella here should do it. If the bailiff sees you, he'll guess I'm in the village and come and bother me. And I'm really not in the mood today for any bombardment of complaints.
I understand, sir. All right, Henry. Run along to the rat house and inquire about that wagon.
And Henry, not a word about me. Are we clear?
About who? Since you're not here, how could I speak of you?
That's what I like to hear. Now run along.
Master Bailiff, can I ask you about something?
Ask away, by all means. Wait now, aren't you that lad who's helping Radovan in the forge?
Yeah, that's me.
I heard his hired hands went missing.
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm here.
Ah, I was thinking they were driving awful fast with that cart.
You saw them?
I did, a few days back. They raced through the village in the early evening so fast, they were dropping sacks of charcoal.
Where were they headed?
Towards the east, to Apollonia on the road to Yichin. And you're looking for them?
I am indeed.
I'm glad to hear it. I heard there were goods for Semine on that cart, and I can do without that kind of trouble now, on account of the wedding, you know?
That'll be all. Thanks.
Well then, young man, how did it go?
They were spotted here, sir. Going to the east, towards Apollonia.
So to Yichin? The bastards! And what about my goods?
Oh, they were driving so fast, it was falling off the cart.
The thieving scum. Let's hurry. To Yichin!
Sir, I could send a message to the Yichin captain of the guard.
Oh, it'll take too long. We'll go and get them ourselves.
Won't you be missing preparations for the wedding at home, sir?
I will. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. I have to choose between riding to Yichin and listening to Dorothy's endless fussing. I'll take it. Henry, watch where you're going. Where the hell have you been? Let's go.
Won't you be missing preparations for the wedding at home, sir?
I will. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. If I have to choose between riding to Yichin and listening to Dorothy's endless fussing, I'll take Yichin any time. Besides, there's a nice inn along the way, the Three Cats.
Come on, Roman.
We can spend the night there.
I remember that place, but I'm not sure, sir, if they'll let the two of us set foot inside the door.
Oh, gnarly, that was 15 summers ago. God knows if the place is even still standing.
True. Still, we'd better keep our eyes peeled. They might not have gone to Yichin. They could have turned off somewhere. Or something could have happened. They might have been ambushed, maybe.
Will you give over with that? I'll bet my braves they weren't ambushed. More likely we'll find them boozing at the Three Cats.
That'd surely be the best outcome, if that old dive is still standing. Let's go, then. So, St. Anthony, Which way now?
While you're praying to the patron saint of lost things, go and have a look along the road, Gnarly. And you, Henry, have a look to the left.
All right, sir. But don't forget, my eyesight ain't what it used to be.
Well, that's what we have the youngster for, isn't it? Off you go.
A sack of charcoal? That could have fallen off the cart.
You found anything, lad?
There's a sack of charcoal lying in the ditch to the left of the road. The bailiff said they were driving like the devil, so maybe it fell from the cart.
Oh, that makes sense. To the left it is, then. Gnarly! Back here!
We're getting close. I can feel it in my bones, sir. You'll have the car back in no time.
I just hope we find the horses, too. Yarmilka here ain't the youngest, and I wouldn't want to drag it back home myself.
A nobleman in harness. We ain't ever had such a spectacle in these parts.
You might get to see it soon enough. The lords in this country have all gone to the dogs. Every lowborn with a bit of coin builds a house in Kuttenberg, while we live in squalor. Why do you reckon that is, lad?
That's the change in the economical situation, sir. The burghers have more rights, and they make smart use of them. They put their coin to work for them. They've got shops, baths, inns, mills, while the nobles sit waiting until Jack from Backwater Hamlet brings them 3 groschen in taxes on St. Gallus's Day.
You're right there. Only Jack hasn't even got 3 groschen these days. None of this would be happening if we had a king. And I mean a real one. Not Wenceslas or Sigismund. Oh, anywhere that's not ruled by a strong hand, all sorts of things go wrong.
Especially when you've got Moravian relatives eating you out of house and home.
Oh, hold up. This is strange. I don't see any cart tracks. What do you reckon, Gnarly?
I'm blind as a mole, sir. But it's all peculiar right enough. Where the hell could that cart have vanished to?
Well, that's just it. They had nowhere to turn off.
I'll look up the road a bit. And you, Henry, have a look back along the road. Maybe it fell in a ditch somewhere. Who knows?
Very well, sir.
Blacksmith's cart. And someone went to a hell of a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Hey! I found the blacksmith's cart! Come here!
Well, now, here we have it. The blacksmith's cart.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to hide it from the road.
Of course the goods are gone. The bastards hauled it off to the rocks. That's clear. Well, we can't let them get away with it. We'll carry on, but on foot. My old young milker would only break a leg there. And keep a sharp lookout. Something stinks here.
I told you, they got ambushed by them bastards that's on the rampage around here, sir.
Oh, be quiet. We still can't be sure of anything.
Ah, Apollonia. I spent a lot of time running around here as a young lad.
Oh, not me. This place always gave me the shivers.
God's truth, I ain't got only good memories of it. One time, got my legs stuck in a crevice a bit further on. Trapped there all night I was, shitting myself with fear. It wasn't till morning that the folk from the fortress found me. The whole of Samid was out looking for me.
See, at least you came here as a kid. It still gives me the creeps here.
Why's that, sir? It's just some rocks, ain't it?
You'd sing a different tune if you'd had the rope maker's wife as a nanny when you were little. Now, she had some tales about this place. Headless horsemen, goblins, and white ladies. Every night, we'd gather by the hearth. The old woman would sit at her spinning wheel telling stories. I'll tell you, Captain, there isn't much I'm afraid of. But when that blind old crone was croaking her tales of devils and holes to hell, with the fire crackling and the wind whistling outside the windows, and the whirring of the spinning wheel.
Listen.
Yeah, I hear it.
There's somebody there, sure enough.
Let's get closer. What do we do now? I heard more than two voices.
I used to clamber around here as a young lad. The girls from Slatigo used to come make a fire here and jump over it. And so's their underwear wouldn't catch fire. Sometimes they'd take it off.
That's nice, Gnarly, but I don't think it's scantily clad maidens we'll be running into here. So what's that got to do with anything?
Well, there's a nice view into the gorge from up there. We only have to go back a bit, and we can get up there nicely.
Right. Henry, what are you waiting for? This is just the kind of thing we took you along for.
Sure, sir. With a bit of luck, there might be some girls there, too.
I could do without girls with voices like that. Now get going.
And got me along. I stumble with freaks. Pigs can fly. And Gauze's name is really Sophie. For a wench, he's got a miserable pair of tits on
Those
him.
definitely aren't the blacksmith's hands.
You don't say. You really saw that? I'm not kidding. Tell him I'm not having him on.
So how's it look, Sonny? How many?
I saw 3. And they don't look like Radovan's hands.
And what about my goods?
I didn't see them. It looked more like a patrol. I reckon there might be more of them hereabouts.
Seems we can't avoid a fight. I hope you're ready, Henry.
Sure am, sir.
Just watch and don't get your arse kicked like during training. So, how are we gonna do it? Do you just want to charge them, sir?
What else do you suggest?
Someone could go back up top and try to take one of them down with an arrow before we charge them. There's a good view of the camp from up there.
Good idea. Borrow my crossbow. My shoulder's giving me jip anyway.
All right, sir.
Climb up top, and as soon as you shoot the first time, we'll charge them. And make sure you don't hit one of us.
Right you are, Captain.
How would you know?
True. You never know what crosses folk have to bear.
Don't start again. I'm trying to tell a story for amusement, not listen to your supposedly educated claptrap.
Supposedly, have you forgotten I was ordained, you ignoramus?
should have fucking... Yeah! Hey, Henry, get over here. Stop dawdling. Stop dawdling. Hey, Henry, get over here. What's the hold up, damn it?
Oh, this day took it out of me, and no mistake.
And it ain't over yet, sir. Your goods ain't here, and none of them bastards look like the blacksmith's hands. Am I right, Henry?
Hard to say. I've never actually seen them, but I don't think it was them.
Me neither. But right past that peak is another good camping spot.
You think this was a patrol?
It makes sense. But I don't want to go assuming the worst. We might have just run into them bandits by chance.
Yeah, well, you were right, as always. Let's go, then. Are you ready, Henry?
I am. Let's go.
Hold on, lad. Give me back my crossbow. You weren't thinking of keeping it, were you?
Of course. You did a good job.
I should bloody think so.
I thought we had everything clear, Venser. You tried to fuck with me, so until we ride out, you're gonna stick right there and keep your mouth shut.
We did everything you asked. We got the blacksmith cart and the goods.
Horse shit. You tried to fuck me. That bastard cousin of yours owned up to it.
It was his idea. I wanted nothing to do with it.
It makes no difference to me, Venser. You vouched for the crooked fucker. So now, it's on you. Actually, you could consider yourself lucky. If you hadn't saved my ass that time in Colleen, I'd have goat ear skin you alive.
Bastards. You can't trust anyone in these parts. Get ready, Gnarly. We are going to parley.
Like that time at the Shani, sir?
Yes, exactly.
Only there was more of us that time, and less of them.
Oh, don't worry, there won't be a problem. They're just common thieves. Besides, I'll take young Henry with me.
What, me?
And if they're still feeling brave, you get to try out that new plaything of yours.
Ahem, gentlemen, I'm obliged to you for looking after my goods, but I'll take them back now. Just hand them over, and I'll let you go.
Oh, you must be from Samin, sir. Well, of course you can have everything back. Just as long as you ask nicely, eh? Well, how about we do things differently? You lay down your weapons, and we can all have a nice little chat. I mean, I don't intend to go murdering local lords. I just want your coin.
That's very noble of you, sir.
What are you gaping at? At them!
Go there! Hell.
Hammer them, men! Good! I'll be done with you in a flash! Bleeding! Hit the ground, eh? Now finish.
Come on, then!
Oh, yeah! Now you're mine, you bastard!
Slice it up! You bastard! They got what they deserve, the fuckers! Henry! Hey, Henry! Are you listening? Come here!
Nobleman, you have to spare me. Oh, do be quiet.
What now?
One of them bastards fled into the rocks. Chase him down and bring him back.
Lost me,
Did you
sort.
see which way he went?
No, I had other things on my hands. Besides, you're the one who's supposed to keep watch.
I'll go and track him then.
Great. Hurry.
But I can see lots of crows that will enjoy.
Easy!
That hissing down again.
Get dressed. You can't just walk around like this.
Aye. Right away.
Be careful with that scythe.
What are you doing here? It hasn't been safe around here as of late.
I'm not doing anything. You're doing a great job keeping watch.
You'd better believe it.
Captain, I'd like to ask how things went with your mission.
Oh, now all of a sudden you're interested. Where the hell did you get to, you blockhead?
I can't tell you where I was. I mean, I don't know. I got lost.
You got a problem with your eyes, son?
No, just I get a bit confused sometimes.
So I see. How in God's name could you get lost?
It just happened. Anyway, I'd like to know whether you found that cart.
We found it, along with those two hands.
I see. And what actually happened?
It turned out them hired hands of Radovans had ideas of their own. They made a deal with some robber baron by the name of Gules to take the cart to him with the goods. And they didn't cheat only Radovan. They tried it on Gules, too. Wanted to keep the loot for themselves. Only he caught them.
And you found all the goods?
More or less. You can tell Radovan he won't be seeing his hands again. I reckon that young fella was innocent in it. So we kept him to work off his debt. And that older one's decorating an alder tree near the road here.
Ah. All right, I'll tell him.
And next time Lord Sameen gives you a job, do what you're told, so as I don't have to teach you a lesson.
I will, Captain.
Take care, and have a good night.
So, because I took a nap and didn't catch the one of the dudes, they think I wasn't there.
what are you doing here? Hasn't been safe around here as of late.
Greetings. I'm glad we have people like you keeping watch after dusk. My respects.
Glad someone appreciates it.
cost more than 10 groschen. And a stale loaf of bread.
So, job done. The cart was found and driven to Lord Semin's courtyard.
Whew. That's a relief. And what happened to that pair of idiots?
It turned out they tried to rob you.
Oh. They did they?
Aye. They plotted with some robber baron called Gules and brought the cart to him.
The bastards. I should have realized they were a bit too keen on work. And how did you get the cart back?
Well, I went to ask at Semin, like you wanted. Lord Semin and his captain went off to track down the cart, and they found it in the end.
I hope you offered your help.
Well, of course. It wouldn't have looked good otherwise.
For sure. But what about them pair?
They hanged Venser and kept Franzi as a hand. Seems like he was innocent.
God's nails, I don't know. That Franzi had a sneaky look about him. I'd be very surprised if he wasn't in on it from the start.
I think they'd have knocked the truth out of him.
Anyway, the main thing is the cart turned up. I'd be in a right mess if it didn't.
No doubt.
And you've earned a reward for your trouble. I've got just the thing for you. Some mercenary once had his cuirass repaired here, but never came back for it. Who knows what happened to him? So now it's yours. It's been through a bit, but it'll still serve for a while.
Thanks. It'll come in handy. And have you got another job for me?
Young Lord Semin's wedding is coming up, and it's got my head spinning. Look, you must have seen Agnes, the bailiff's daughter, when you were in Truscovitz. What do you think of her?
I haven't seen Agnes. Is she pretty?
Pretty doesn't do her justice. She's a beauty. But she's got such a sharp tongue on her that I don't envy older at all. And how about you, lad? Have you got some lass waiting in Sasau?
Yeah. And I hope she'll wait. Her name's Teresa. Her uncle owns a mill on the river in Ratai.
A girl from the mill? You want to watch out for them types. You might get caught up in devilry, lad. A wedding's a serious business. You're not just getting a bride, but a whole family. So you have to show them you're a man who's worth it. All the more so when you're noble born. Old Semin wants a special sword forged for his son's wedding present.
Excellent. So what are we waiting for? Should we get to work?
Hold your horses. It can't be any old steel. This has to be a first-class job.
A blade of first-class steel?
That's right. And that's just the problem.
Ah, I see. We don't have any welded steel for that kind of sword, do we?
God's nails. You really know your stuff, youngster. And you're right. We don't have the steel for a strong sword that won't break.
I'd like to know where you're going to get your hands on some welded steel.
Relax, lad. I've got it all figured out, as it happens. There's this old hermit called Ambrose, living in Apollonia.
And he can pray for us?
God's nails, let me finish talking. The word is, he was fighting heathens years ago in faraway Andalusia, and folks say they saw this interesting broken sword in his hut. From the description, it seems our peculiar hermit has a real Toledo blade.
Welded Spanish steel? There's nothing better for a sword.
See now? You do understand. But there's a catch.
Naturally.
They say that Ambrose the Hermit has changed a lot recently. People from far and wide used to go to him for remedies and blessings. But now he won't see no one. I even heard he made a pact with the devil. And there have been other strange goings-on.
What strange goings-on?
I heard something in the tavern about some apparition. But that's all I know.
Where can I find the hermit?
Do I look like someone who goes to a hermit for advice? I know he has a hut somewhere in Apollonia. but you'll have to ask the Truscovitz womenfolk if you want to know more.
Right. I'll try to find out more about the Hermit's sword. But in return, you'll get me invited to Semin's wedding.
If it means so much to you, why not? Come and see Betty from the Truscovitz Tavern. She knows all the gossip. She'll definitely tell you more about the Hermit. But Henry, if there's any truth in that pact with the devil, don't get caught up in it. The best sword in the world isn't worth eternal damnation.
I heard there's a cumin camp somewhere in the area. Do you know where it is?
Aye. What do you want from them? They are good people.
I just need to talk to them.
Better to talk to the boy one. More. I'm sorry.
Good afternoon.
I've heard incredible things about you. They say you let a fully loaded hay wagon roll over you.
Hi. It was quite the show.
Is that how you usually spend your free time?
Oh, often enough. People like it. But don't think it's some trick. It's the real thing. And it's not easy. It's not just about muscles, but about your overall approach to food and life in general. Being a strongman isn't a trade. It's a way of life.
I believe you. Getting run over by a wagon isn't for everyone.
That's right. Not everyone can do it. But I was nursed by a wild she-bear, so it's no problem for me. Nothing's impossible. Remember that. Nothing's impossible.
How's it going, eh?
On top of the world. Same as ever.
What can you do, Tomcat?
Me? Everything. Nothing's impossible.
Come on. Don't tell me you can really do everything.
If I put my mind to it. Try me.
What about swimming?
I've been training to swim in cold water for years. No one can beat me when it comes to swimming under ice.
I'd like to believe that. And seeing it's summer now, I have no other choice. What about climbing?
I can climb any cliff without a rope, just using my bare hands, and then do a backflip off it into a pond.
Jesus, you're a madman.
Not at all. I'd be a madman if I trusted my life to something as crazy as a horse.
Wait, so you're afraid of horses?
Hey, nothing's impossible. But I hate horses with all my guts. I never take risks, and that's why I'll never get on a horse. Not even for a golden goose.
You don't take risks? And what about your strongman antics?
No risk involved. That's years of hard work and training, fella. If I didn't believe in myself and what I do, I'd be long dead.
My name is Henry, and I've heard in the village that you're a renowned strongman, juggler, and moreover, skilled with a weapon. Is that true?
Depends. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for someone to help me.
What's it about?
Well, it's complicated. But the short version is, a few days ago, I barely avoided the gravedigger's shovel. I thought I was done for. That's how badly beaten I was. And now, well, I'm feeling a bit unsure in combat. I'll need to regain my confidence, if you know what I mean.
Aye, that I can do. If what you say is true, I could really help you out, friend. I've been missing a good fight around here.
What would you like in return?
Oh, please. I'll do it out of sheer kindness. I don't have anything to do right now anyway. You can pay me next time.
We can start right away.
All right. Follow me to the arena.
Should we begin?
Here's a practice, Longsword, so we don't hurt each other. Let's see what you've got. We'll start with exchanges, and if you do well, we'll try something harder. If you're going to attack, commit to it. Don't stop after a single strike. Dish out several. Now I'm going to show you a simple technique that builds on it. You'll attack from the right, then left, then right again. Attacks follow one after the other. And you don't even have to break through your opponent's cover.
So right, left, and then right again.
Exactly. You could also do it the other way around. I'll let you have exactly 3 strikes, so you're not wasting effort just flailing around. See? That's the way. Again. Ah. Beautiful. Aye, you've got the hang of it. Let's try something more different. I'll teach you a real technique. You start with a slash from above, then from the right, and when your opponent expects another attack from above, you do a quick sidestep and drag your blade horizontally across his belly.
So I'll start from the top, then from the right, and then...
From the left. Remember, top, right, and finally, left.
All right, let's give it a try.
I'll let you make 3 strikes just like before. No more. Beautiful. Once more. Beautiful. That's that, then. You don't even have to use a longsword for this technique. It'll work with any other weapon.
That'll come in handy.
And one more piece of advice. Any attack can start with this or that technique. Look, if I attack from the right, your opposed will come from above. And that's the first step of this technique. Think about it.
Can we try it again sometime?
Of course. Practice makes perfect.
What about other techniques?
I'll teach you even more if you want, but it won't be as cheap. And you'll also have to know a thing or two first. If you prove yourself to me, I'll teach you the best technique of all, Meisterhowl, also known as the Master Strike.
How can I prove myself to you so that you'll teach me the Master Strike?
You'll have to defeat me in a sword fight, because this technique only works for swords.
So all I have to do is challenge you?
That's right.
I'll challenge you to a duel then.
Ha! I've barely taught you anything and you're already getting cocky. But very well. At least I'll demonstrate the difference between us. Ah! Sorry, lad, but it's too soon for me to teach you the Master Strike.
Let me try it again.
Nonsense. If you can't defeat me fresh, you won't defeat me all bloodied up.
I'll tend to my wounds and be right back.
Very well then. I'll wait for you here, but I don't have all day. Get a move on.
You don't look too good. You should see the sawbones. are you doing here? You are on the load here. I won't have you causing trouble here. Lady, cough up some coin or we'll report you to the bailiff.
Now, you're right. Here's compensation.
That's better. Now get lost. I'm glad that we could resolve this sensibly. Get out of here! Go!
Hi, John, Julie.
Salves Bastalo, Romeo. And they try to tell us charms and spells do not work. Temera. The voivode will want to talk to you.
Sweet Virgin Mary, did you get hit by a horse?
Don't weather. What brings you here? Good day to you. What do you want from me?
Lord Semine, what will happen with that robber from Apollonia now that we've captured him?
You mean Gules? You might find it hard to believe, Henry, but the man is of noble birth. That means I can't simply lock him up or, God forbid, execute him. So I took him into my service.
It's true, he wasn't an easy opponent. A warrior like him could surely come in handy.
Exactly. But first, he has to prove himself.
How?
It looks like we didn't wipe out all the bandits who were pillaging with him. So his first task will be to take care of what's left of his own band.
I heard there's a wedding coming up. Your son and the bailiff's daughter. That'll be a great feast.
Aye, and a pretty expensive one, too. But Older is my only son. He deserves a wedding that'll be the talk of the county for a long time.
Can I come and see it? I've never been to a nobleman's wedding before.
Henry, you helped us with the weapons, but don't you think you're getting a bit too bold?
God be with you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm just curious.
I understand, but don't get above yourself. Better help Radovan the blacksmith. Maybe he'll take you to the wedding. He's forging a wedding present for my son. Till we meet again.
You're bleeding. Do you need some help?
That's fine, but there are bandits and thieves running rampant across his land. It would be better if they feared him.
You're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Well, excuse me, but every day somebody else emerged around here.
Are you alright? You look like someone gave you a thrashing.
You won't come here making trouble, fella.
Now hold on. I'll pay you. There's no need to drag anyone else into this.
That's better. But don't think I'll forget this. Get out of here! Here. Wake up! Come on!
He's over there, just stealing!
Oh, he took something! He's a thief!
Hey! Guard! Catchpole! Where is everyone? Ah! Do you want to kill me? Ah! Fuck! Ah! What are you... Fuck!
Go! Bash some sense into that fucker's head!
Pebbles! My girl! I thought they killed you down by that pond. feel quite hungry.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
God be with you.
Oh, excuse me. What a night. Put that weapon away before I knock it out of... Divola! Ha! Fuck you!
Show your stuff! Sorry, lad, but it's too soon for me to teach you the Master Strike. Fuck you! Sorry, lad, but it's too soon for me to teach you the Master Strike.
Let me try it again.
Nonsense. Come back when...
So, do you think I have what it takes?
All right. You deserve to be taught the Master Strike. Here's a training sword so he won't get hurt.
Let's get to it.
The pinnacle of swordsmanship are so-called Master Strikes. You can only perform a technique like that with a sword, no matter if it's short or long, or if you're using a shield. What you do need is a blade and a guard that protects your hands. Master Strike is a technique that allows you to counter an opponent's attack with your own. A swordsman that can learn such a technique is undefeatable. Let me show you. Attack me from the right. Ah! Watch and learn! Now you try. Master Strikes are what elevates the swords above other weapons, and there is no defense against them. You've learned how to parry your opponent's attack with a properly timed block, but this time, you attack instead of blocking. Timing and direction are everything. Hit your opponent at the right time and from the right angle. I'll attack slowly from above. You take up position with your sword below and strike against my attack. But enough talk. Come and try it yourself. That's more like it. All right, let's try it once more. But this time, I'll attack from the side. Now pay attention. If I hold my sword to the left, put yours to the right. If I'm on the right, get ready on the left. Master Strike works only with an opposite strike. Otherwise, it's the same. You strike when I begin my attack. Ready?
Always.
Good. Again. That's the way. You're getting the hang of it. Now let's try it for real. I'll fight you normally, and you have to pay attention to which direction I'm attacking from. Then attack from the opposite side.
I understand. Let's start.
You're getting the hang of it. Again. Not like that. You were supposed to counterattack from the opposite side when I started attacking. Not like that. You were supposed to counterattack from the opposite side when I started attacking. Beautiful. Try it again. Here's a few more tips. If your opponent knows how to perform a Master Strike, don't give them an opportunity to use it. Try not to attack from the opposite side. Now for the most important part. You can use a Master Strike to defend against an opponent's riposte. After a perfect block, your positions are always set. Your opponent knocks your sword to the left, then attacks with a riposte to the right. Until that point, you could only defend yourself with a perfect block. Now you can surprise your opponent with a Master Strike that he hasn't a hope of blocking. Understand?
I think I understand.
Good. That's all I can teach you. Now, it's up to you to learn how to use the Master Strike in combat.
I'll do my best. Thanks, Tomcat.
Okay, so this is where I will be ending it. I would like to thank everyone for stopping by saying hi or just to chill and lurk. Thank you.